Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Steele. I'm going to be your instructor for IT 632, Instructional Design in IT. I wanted to go over kind of how to set up the course and get started for the class with this instructional video or tutorial on how to use Schoology. Like many of the instructors here on campus, they use Blackboard. I choose to use Schoology. It's a free LMS. It's like kind of like Facebook meets Blackboard. So you'll go to Schoology.com and you will create yourself an account as a student. So let me go ahead and log out here and I'll show you what that looks like. So when you hit Schoology.com for the first time, it'll look something like this. You're going to go ahead and click sign up and you're going to choose student. From there, it's going to walk through a series of processes. It's going to ask you for the access code to the class. I'll show you that in just a second. I also included it in your welcome email for the course as well. So go ahead and refer to the email. My course codes might be different because I do reuse videos from time to time. So use the one from the email. And then you'll fill out your demographic information and all that. Please use your valpo.edu email address. That will help me recognize you. Also, please use your name when you sign up with the what was I trying to say? Please use your name that matches what we have in DataView, because the grades don't automatically transfer, so I have to match them up at the end of the term. For you, and I want to make sure I match the right people to the right grades. Also, if you can include in there your thumbnail, I'm going to go ahead and go back and log back in. So that from then on, you'll always have your account and you'll just log in to Schoology that way. You can set up all sorts of reminders and everything. You can turn them off, turn them on, however you like. So here I'm just going to go to courses and you'll see your course listed here if you've used the correct access code. So IT 632 Instructional Design in IT. This may change depending on if I'm reusing the video or not at this point. So in here, I want to show you there's a setting in here that is super important to change that we would think would be intuitive, but it's not. So go ahead in here to settings. And once that page loads, you'll make sure that you want to make sure you can fill in as much as you'd like here. But you want to make sure that your time zone is America, Chicago. And so it's in the GMT -6, Greenwich Mean Time -6. It automatically defaults to Greenwich Mean Time, which means your assignments do not have the right due dates or due times. Everything should be set to 11:59 p.m. as a due date in Central Time. If you are seeing due dates that do not match that, then you are that time, that submission time, then your time zone needs to be changed. You can also connect all sorts of accounts and everything. That is strictly up to you. Also, under your profile in here, you can create a profile if you'd like. This is where you will add your picture. If you add pictures in an online class, I find it helpful. Then everybody can at least see who they're talking to, and it makes the class a little bit more interactive. The other thing in here is you have, I believe it's subscriptions. They've changed things around since, I am dead wrong about that. So there is in notifications, and I don't see that right now. It might be in your profile under notifications. I'm not seeing that either. So anyways, let's just go back to the course at this point rather than belabor the point. But you can set up those notifications how you'd like. Oh, here it is. It's just on the class page. And you can set up and choose which notifications you want and which ones you don't want. You'll notice everything is aligned by learning module, and this is not complete yet. As I'm working through it, I'm going to be cleaning it up. It's almost complete, so I feel comfortable enough showing it to you. But your course syllabus, your getting started information is all loaded in here for you. This will also have information in the blue folder, about me, the technical requirements, if there's a textbook, midterm and final groups will be important for you because there are some group assignments in here. Course syllabus, and then the course schedule, which we oftentimes don't stick closely to, so watch your due dates in Schoology. Those will always be up to date. These are the suggested at the beginning, the kind of sequence I'm hoping to go in, and the scope and sequence for the course. And we have to adjust sometimes because sometimes projects take longer than others or whatever. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to go ahead and click back on materials over here. My computer is slow on a Monday morning here. The module 1, each of the learning modules has what you need as far as, their quizzes, other information, turn-in boxes for things. So everything you need for each of these learning modules throughout. We'll have 5 modules through the course over the 15 weeks. And the first one is on Introduction and Cultural Awareness. We do have a lot of international students that take this course as well, so we want to kind of dice that up and make sure that we're all aware of where we're starting at, because the education in groups and as far as cross-cultural, that is a huge implication in teaching and learning and instructional design as well, based on comfort zones. So that will be our first module. And we have educational backgrounds and diverse learners. So this is, what do we do with students with disabilities? How do we, look at the different educational backgrounds people come from? So adult, multiple intelligences, the 5 minds of the future. And then in addition to that, we have some different ways of learning for adult learners as well. Going back to the course page, the context for training and development. So how do we design for training and development, which is much different if you're a classroom teacher. It's much different than you would expect because you're breaking things down onto a more granular level at that point. Rather than trying to look at this whole educational system, you're looking at what do they need to know. And then designing training, how does that get designed? How do we choose our modalities? Those types of things. And then training and development methods is where we start pulling it all together. So you'll work on a multimedia training delivery project, and then your final project is also related to that same thing. So it will be a project that kind of carries throughout with a bunch of different formative assessments and then these 2 summative assessments at the midterm and the final. There will be no final exam. The final exam will be the final project for this course. I'm still adding dates of information in here, so if things have different dates, they'll be available there. And then we'll update folders, and I'll add materials there as needed as things kind of come up in topics and discussions and things like that. So your calendar will always tell you what's upcoming. It pulls from these folders. So say, for instance, you missed the syllabus quiz on January 11th and you remember January 12th at 6 o'clock in the morning and you're like, oh, I have to go take that. You can definitely go back to the Module 1 folder and find it. So it just falls off the calendar. I don't remove it. It just falls off the calendar because of the date change. So everything that's over here, with the exception of anything with this calendar icon, those stay in the calendar, but you can always look at a monthly view too and get back to those, so you can go backwards as well. There's nothing here that allows you to do that. I'm going to go back over towards the syllabus here and just kind of combine these 2 videos very quickly for you. Your course syllabus is linked here. Hopefully I've updated it here. I'll know in a second. I have not. So this is not the most updated syllabus. I will be posting that for you. But you can see here's my email address. Here's my office phone. This is my office location is actually in B8, so I'll change that for you. And then you have a link here to click for office hours. Some of you are going to be joining us from off campus and quite a distance, I'm sure. So if you click here, you can schedule the appointment with me. It will show you my calendar and my availability. And then just shoot me a quick email and say, I'm far away, so we need to do this via WebEx. So we do have WebEx. I will schedule those meetings with you if you need to. If you are on campus and you want to drop by, that's great. If you want to trek all the way to campus, it's not necessary, but we can accommodate anything. The syllabus will have a syllabus overview in it too, so I'm going to kind of stop there. For your projects, you're going to want to use connect.valpo.edu. That is where you have access to launch your own WebEx meetings with your groups. So I'll post that information as well for you. Be sure to watch the video in the syllabus for the syllabus overview, or at least just read the syllabus, because that's basically what I'm doing in that same one as well. So if you have questions, please do email me. I'm always available to you since we don't physically meet and we're not in live sync sessions. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. You can also call my office extension. I don't check my voicemail very often, so know that. I work in the IT department here full time, so I get a bunch of vendor phone calls. So that's what my voicemail usually has. So please shoot me the email, and then I'll start coordinating with you. And if I have to call you, we'll do that as well. So thanks for watching today, and hopefully this made sense in my rambling. And I'll start posting more videos in each of the modules. So that's basically what I'm lacking right now in the course, but those will come in a timely manner for you. Again, reach out whenever you want to. Thanks for watching.